readers, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it's a reading vlog. So I'm not sure if you heard from the title. This is a reading vlog in which I'm going to be reading The Homelanders by Andrew Klavan. I have some history about this book, or I have some history with this book. So, I am 25 years old right now. When you're seeing this video, I'm probably going to be 26. My birthday is June 4th, so yes. So I am 25 years old while I'm filming this, and I have read this book before when I was 12. So 13 long years ago. I read this book and I remember thoroughly enjoying it. I remember it being action packed, had me at the edge of my seat, and it was really good. And it's actually a book series, but I remember specifically reading this. It's a bind up of the series. So the series includes the books. The Last Thing I Remember, The Long Way Home, The Truth of the Matter, and The Final Hour. So I remember thoroughly enjoying this book, really loving it, and alas, I had to return it to the library because I was reading it from my library. And from 12 to for those past 9 years, I'll write my age on the screen from 9 years. I forgot the title of this book. All I remember is it's a spy book. I got it in the young adult section, and on the cover, it has this dude running away from an explosion. So that's all I remembered about it. And I literally was hunting, scouring the internet, scouring the book talk and booktube and all the book communities, and literally it wasn't on there, So 9 years later, that whole entire time, I could not for the life of me remember this book title. I just remember what it looked like, and that was a spy book from the young adult section. And so fast forward, after 9 years, I finally found it, and I don't remember how I found it. I think it was social media. I can't remember which platform and which creator, unfortunately, but finally found this book. So I ended up picking it up. I found it at the thrift store. I ended up picking it up, and it's been on my shelves for past 3 years, 4 years. So I figured I might as well vlog my experience. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sit in front of the camera and talk about it every 100 pages. I got it already tabbed and marked. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about my thoughts and opinions after every 100 pages, if I'm liking it so far, and probably at the end of this, I'm gonna talk about what I liked about it and what I liked about it, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyways, without further ado, I'll just see you guys in 100 pages. Change positions because I needed to not sit down, I needed to lay down. But I am 100 pages into the Homelanders. Thoughts, not as good, I'd say, as I remember. My reading tastes have changed since 13, 14 years or whatever. But I don't know, the reason I apologize for my phone, my video quality, it's kind of fuzzy, but anyways, I think it's just got the lighting from blocking it, so it's thinking that I don't have light. But anyways, so I'm not enjoying it as much as I remember enjoying it, but that could also be because it's been 12, 13 years, but I also, I feel like, literally, it's been 100 pages, and it's kind of, not going anywhere. You just, the video is going to be full of spoilers, so, yeah, but, Charlie, in the first 100 pages, Charlie, you find out that he woke up and he's being tortured, and he doesn't know why, because the last night he remembered is he went to bed, for school, and it was just a normal high school day, and, yeah, so then it's just pretty much, it takes place, him in the torture room and then trying to escape, and then like his day, you know, and you find out he's a black belt, so he can like karate chop people. Yeah, but that's like pretty much the 100 pages is like he finally escaped, but he's not in civilization right now. So it's very slow moving, I'd say. Not really what I'm used to reading as a 25, 26-year-old adult, because I love like romance, I love historical fiction, and this is very much not any of those. So yeah, I feel like this is something like a teenage boy would like. I don't know, but it's also a lot of pages too. So yeah, but anyways, that's my thoughts and opinions. Not enjoying it as much as I remember. It's very slow, and I am gonna finish it. I'm excited to finish it. Yeah, so I'll see you in 200 pages. So just got to page 200 of the Homelanders, and I'm not really enjoying it as much as I thought I would. Kind of disappointed, honestly, in this book. Like when I'm reading it, it is like pretty. It's trying to be fast, but it's definitely like got that writing of the time of like 2000s. You know, if you know, you know. This was written in 2009. Yeah, it definitely reads like it was written in 2009. Definitely aged. Also, this book is like I don't remember it being super like religious and like America. The main character, he's like they're talking about praying and like finding God and stuff, which I'm religious. You know, I'm Christian. I just didn't remember that this one had it in there, and like nothing wrong with it, but like there's nothing about like um the main like there's no mention of like that this is Christian fiction or something, which I feel like, you know, in this day and age, religion is a very touchy subject, so I feel like it should be like a trigger warning. And I also didn't realize that there's a lot of like the main character, Charlie, he's like all about America. He's like true like American spirit, and like, you know, in this day and age, patriotism, especially for Americans, it's also a very touchy subject. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I'm not really like personally offended, but it is a little like much, I guess, in the writing in the book. Yeah, and then I noticed that I've been finding myself like not really reading it as much, and then like buying a whole bunch of books. So that is a good indicator that I'm not really enjoying this book. But I'm kind of torn because like I don't want to like DNF the series, and I don't think I'm going to. But just because like this book had such meaning to me as a kid, so like I feel like I don't want to DNF it, but it's not something I'm like enjoying as much. I think I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I was thinking about like not DNFing, but taking a break after each book in this. But we'll cross that bridge. Anyways, yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions. Been buying a lot of new books because I'm so not into this one, and yeah, but I do want to continue reading it. I feel like right now the rating is like a 2, you know. But yeah. So, anyways, catch ya in another. I think actually when I finish the first book. All right, so I finished book 1. The last thing I remembered in this big old chunky book. It actually did get better after like page 200. And actually do have a desire to finish the series. But yeah, like literally after 200 pages, I'm surprised that as a kid I did not DNF this. That's crazy. Trying to think of like what I really liked about this book as a kid, like what drew me in. That's not really drawing me in now, and what changed. I just remember it was very action packed. And I feel like as a like 12-year-old, I was into those action packed stories. And I really loved like I don't know, like action packed things. I thought I was really into like romance and like specifically the paranormal romance. But I feel like that was like kind of like preteen slash teenager time. So yeah, but I was like really into that during the day. So like probably this doesn't really have romance in it. It's just really action packed. So I have no clue like what really drew me into it. Honestly, right now like I'm not too big in the action pack scene anymore. I'm really into romance and like hard hitting contemporaries. But yeah, it's very interesting to read this. I'm going to continue on. I do want to actually finish this. But yeah, I would say that the first book, The Last Thing I Remember, I would rate probably like a 3-star. Like I don't think I want to rate it like a 2-star. It was like good, borderline 2 and 3, but I'm gonna say 3, just for nostalgia purposes. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what to think. I feel like it's really interesting because he's just the character Charlie. He's like trying to figure out like what happened because the last thing he remembers happened like a year ago. So he's trying to remember like all these things that happened in that year. And like he finds out that he was convicted of murder from his childhood friend, and that he was possibly or he was part of a terrorist organization. So hence why the patriotism in America thing. And he also like was about to start dating this girl that he likes. But yeah, it's very interesting. I am interested to see what happens next. So I'll talk to you in the second book after 100 pages. The second book is The Long Way Home. So I'm 100 pages into The Long Way Home, and honestly, compared to the first book, it's a lot more. The pace is a lot better. There's still a lot of like flashbacks, and also what's really annoying is Charlie is mansplaining the first book, which is it's a lot. You know, it's like they're mansplaining what happened in the first book, and I'm like, girl, like I literally just got done with reading the first one. So yeah, and it's like to the point where like you don't have to read the first one. Like I don't know. It just, yeah, because I'll like repeat some things, and I'm like, girl, like we just read this. Let's see, yeah, but it's okay so far. I was telling my boyfriend about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a interesting book," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay," but yeah. Anyways, so that's all my thoughts and opinions so far. It is taking me quite a while to get through this book, though, just because like I find myself wanting to read other things, but I'm not going to. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in when I get 200 pages into it. All right, so I am 200 pages into the second book, The Long Way Home, and I'm enjoying it a little bit more. I feel like it's the same like thoughts and opinions I had throughout this book. It's a little slow, um, a little annoying, very dated, but I'm actually enjoying this one a lot more than the first book. Just because it's like a lot more action packed and the main character is less like it's less like jumping back and forth and less confusing and yeah. I don't know how to describe it, but I am enjoying it a little bit more. I'm trying to get through this book. It's quite a lot. That's how far I've gotten into it. But yeah, I am enjoying it a little bit so far. Yeah. Sorry, coffee's still trying to hit my brain, but I mean, there's nothing I can really say about this book. I did not like though. I guess in this section, I didn't like how his like girlfriend Beth like told him about their year together, and it just felt like it was like I get it, but also like I wish he like there was like little bits and pieces that was coming to him or something. But yeah. Anyways, so that is my thoughts and opinions. But yeah, you do find out what happened before he like went to jail slash prison. Um, but then you don't find out how he escaped, how he joined the like Homelanders, which is the terrorist organization or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to continue on, and I'll talk to you when I finish the book. Right, I'm in bed again, but I just finished. What was it? The Long Way Home. So yeah, let's talk about it. The last 50 pages, 50-ish. I think it was like 60 to 80. I don't remember, but the last couple pages were actually really good in the book. Very action packed, and actually in this book, you're um, figuring out who killed his friend besides like who like framed him, I guess. Yeah, so it's kind of like a mystery, and then it leaves off with um, actually one of his teachers ended up killing his friend, and then he's running away to go. He finds out he's like possibly a spy, and he's like running away to like go meet this dude that like he has to find out why he joined the spy organization. So yeah, it's very interesting. I can see why I enjoyed this as a 12-year-old. I was really a tomboy at the time, and so it's definitely not to place gender on it, but it's definitely a book that a teenage boy would like. Yeah, it's action packed, patriotism. The main character's a dude, So yeah, but uh, the the rating mid. It's literally like reads like the early 2000s. The second book is a little better, so I feel like I'm gonna give it a 3 as well. Much like I did in the first book. I gave the first book. Um, yeah. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to read the third book, which is The Truth of the Matter. So yeah, that's how far I got into it. So yeah. So I got to page 100 of The Truth of the Matter, and I'm actually really enjoying this. It's gotten a lot better since the very beginning, and I can see why my 12-year-old self loved this book so much. It's very action packed. I feel like I say the same things every time. Right now, you're learning about how he joined the Homelanders and like the spy aspect of things, and it's actually pretty good. So yeah, you know, would I read this again? Maybe not, because it's just too much to get through. But I am enjoying it right now. Yeah, there's not much I can say. So I'm gonna see you guys in page 200. So I don't remember what page I'm on, but I'm still reading The Truth of the Matter. I'm enjoying it so far. I think I got one chunk left. It's under 100 pages to finish, so I must be on page 200. But I got one chunk left to finish this book, and the third book out of 4. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Actually, this one by far is like my favorite of the three that I've read so far, the third one is my favorite. It's a lot more action packed, and I notice I'm like just reading. I'm like want to read it, Whereas the first two books, like the first book, I was like absolutely like, oh my gosh, I do not want to read this. And then the second book, I was like, it's starting to get okay. And now I'm like, oh, it's getting good. Let me just flip the pages. So I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll talk to you guys when I finish the book. Right, so sorry about my hair, but it's being curled. Anyways, I finished the third book, The Truth of the Matter. And like I said, it was really good. It kept me on the edge of my seat, actually, and I feel like it's the best one so far out of all of them. I'd rate it like, say like 4, I want to say, maybe 3. I'd say 4 though, because it was really good, and it was very interesting. I do have to say, despite the writing being like and like the other 2 books being taken into account, I'd say like if I was taking into account the other 2 books, I'd do a 3 instead of a 4. But yeah, actually, it was the best one out of all of them. And yeah, anyways, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. But I will see you guys after I read the first 100 pages of the final hour, which is the last book of this book, or last book of the series. So yeah, anyways, I'm kind of excited to finish it. Honestly, I'm not like sad that it's ending. I'm literally so done. I want to be done like with this book. Despite me rating it 4 stars, like the third book, like I'm so done with this series. Yeah, not as terrible going into it right now, but still. Alright, so sorry about my hair. It is disgusting, but today is just lounging, boring day, and I enjoy it. But anyways, I finished with the first 100 pages of the final hour, which is the last book, and I feel like the third book was my favorite. This one's like pretty slow. I don't know if it's because I'm really tired today, but it's really hard to get into, and actually ended up taking a 2-hour nap and stopping my reading. But yeah, it's okay. Hard to get into. Not quite a lot happening. Like after the first 100 pages, just now something actually happened. So yeah, Charlie is in prison right now. He got caught. The Homelanders are all arrested besides the big boss, I guess, and the big boss is planning on like doing a terrorist attack, like no matter like if the Homelanders are disbanded. So Charlie is planning on breaking out of prison, and yeah, that's literally all that happened in the first 100 pages. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm actually really excited to be finishing this book. That's all I can say. I got to page 200 in the final hour. Doing a lot better, with the pace and everything, but I don't know. Like, I think that personally, I am not enjoying this book, like, as much as I remember enjoying it, just because my reading tastes have definitely changed. And, back then I really loved action packed stuff, and now I'm like, yeah, action packed, but like, I'm not big on thrillers, I'm not big on like mysteries. And yeah, so I love romance and I love historical fiction, which is the action-packed stuff, and contemporary fiction, like hard-hitting especially. But yeah, I don't know. This is definitely out of my comfort zone. Yeah, so there's that. Anyways, I'm gonna get to the home stretch now, and I'll tell you guys my overall thoughts and opinions of the whole series as a whole, if you haven't figured it out by now. And yeah, anyways. I finished it. That was the longest 24 hours in my life. Yes, it took me 24 hours to finish the whole entire series. I do time how many hours it takes me to read books, but oh my gosh, that was so much. Okay, let's talk about it. So, 12-year-old Nicole made a choice with this book. She definitely did. 25/26-year-old is Nicole is like not really. I would not make this choice to read books like this. Like I said in the previous clip, I'm very much of like romance/historical fiction, hard-hitting contemporary reader. And this one is definitely like I'd say if you're like a thriller reader, or a mystery reader, definitely like you'd enjoy this book a little bit more than I did. Um, Especially if you read a lot of YA. Now, it's not the best writing. The writing's actually pretty horrendous, but if you are interested to read this series, then, I'm not stopping you. I thought it was fun to get into this book to see what my hyping was all about, because it was me personally hyping it up, because, I remember it being super good. It definitely repeats a lot too, which I did not like about it. Like you'll go on to the next book and it'll talk about what happened in the previous book, and you're like, girl, I just read this. Like, you don't have to go and explain it. It definitely reads like early 2000 slash like, yeah, 2010. It was written in 2009 slash 2010, so it definitely reads like that. Would I read this again? No. I don't think I would. I would definitely rate it like a 3 out of 5, the whole entire series as a whole. 3 out of 5. I won't read it again, probably. Maybe I might in the future, but it's like 10 years or something down the road. I am gonna, however, keep this on my bookshelf because I got some history with it. Yeah, but anyways, what I took through this experiment is and really big books like this kind of tend to put me in a reading slump because right now I'm like, what do I need to read next? That, like, I don't know, I'm just like so happy I finished this book. It was so much. It was so much. And I have it to read next, like, time next month. And I don't know if I want to get to it because it's like also as big as this, if not bigger. But anyways, yeah. Thoughts and opinions. Yeah. Um, Anything else I need to mention? 3 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna keep it on the bookshelf. Might read it in the future, but I don't think I will. Um, like the later 2 books were better. Um, do not also like the way it ended. Like the last epilogue was a little, could have been explained a little bit more. Like he just goes back to his life. I didn't like the romance between him and his girlfriend Beth. Like, I feel like it was so unneeded. It was just thrown in there because it's like, oh, romance, I don't know. So that's my opinions. Let me know if you've read this book before too, and let me know in the comments down below. Also, I apologize still for all my facial features, my hair, and everything in this video. It's a laid back vlog. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, like, comment, whatever you want to do. Not forcing you to. I'd love to know if you've read this book though, and what your thoughts and opinions are, if they match me or not. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and sticking around for so long. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.